Okay, we're back. So I made the screen a little bit smaller again because I could not see on the top. I'll make it slightly bigger again. All right. If my school that I work at had a bigger monitor, it would be nice, but they don't. Okay, so that's page 3. We just went back and added in a few things. We added in some weekly goals. We put in our weekly tracker. You know, the weekly goals has an underline here. We could always go back here and add an underline so it looks more cohesive. If we want, we can go in and change color or whatever, but I kind of like the orange. It makes the orange flowers pop. All right, so we're going to go to page over here on our sidebar. We have all of our pages visible to us. We're going to go to page 4. This is the one where we put in our gratitude and our prayers. Okay, I kind of want this to be bigger so it really stands out for me. So right now it's set to 24. I'm going to make it 30. And then I'm also going to make it so that it is in the center like that. Whoops. Same thing here with prayers. I'm going to make it 30. And I'm going to go up here where it says align and put it in the center as well. Okay, I think that looks a little bit better. So we type in our prayer requests. If we wanted to tie in that orange and gray, we can click our text boxes, go back up here to where it says border colors, and we can use that orange color that we've been using. Okay, we can do one in orange and one in gray, or we could do both in orange, however. And remember, we can always change the thickness of the line if we really want to see that orange border. So what we could do is we could do an orange border, and then down here we could do gray words to go in with our orange and gray. Then here we could change the border of this text box to be the gray, and the line thickness gets changed as well. So we've got orange word, orange box, and gray words. If we want to keep our theme going, we could do that. All right. Here's another page in this book. Oh, sorry. My little setup here is jiggling. Sorry, my little phone has decided to tilt a little. There we go. Hopefully everything is still lined up. All right, the more I move it, the more I jiggle it out of the little tray it's sitting in. It's sitting in a tray. Okay, so now we have this is page 4. And I don't think I'm going to do a page 5 because I'm running out of things to... You basically know how to put everything in. I've shown you how to put a picture in. I showed you how to search for a PNG. All that. The only thing I forgot to do, and we're going to go back right now and do it, and I love Google Slides for this, because if this was a PDF picture, I could not do this, is we're going to go back. Sorry, I went too far. We're going to click on our pen and we're going to copy it. We forgot to put our pen in our other pictures or slides. I'm going to go to slide number 2, and I'm going to click in the gray area up here, and then get Control V, and here's our pen. I'm going to rotate the pen so that it is, whoops, shucks, undo that, just the pen, don't want to move anything else, thank you very much. And I'm going to rotate the pen so that it is almost completely straight. And I'm going to move the pen, and I'm going to sit it up here at the top of my planner, just kind of up and out the way. Whoop, that's too far. And I'm just going to sit it here as if I were, you know, sitting at my table, desk, what have you. And my pen is just sitting on top of my planner. I hope you saw that. Oh, I don't know if you saw that. Okay. So I'm going to copy that now. Control C. And then I'm going to go over here to page 5. And I'm going to click in this gray area just to get, you know, not touch anything else, and Control V, and the pen goes the exact same spot it was. And do the same thing, go over here to slide number 4, not slide 5, meant slide 3 when I said that before, and Control V, and again it goes right to where it was, and we'll just scroll down. So now our pen is in each of our slides in the same exact position, except for the first. The first one, it wasn't in that position because it had empty space. The first one, it's not in that position because there was, you know, empty space. It's a closed journal, notebook rather. So on this one, the pen is here. On the next one, the pen is there. And on the next one, the pen is there. I am not going to do page, the next page. We don't have enough. I don't have enough imagination right now to decide what to put on that page. Alright, so we have another page here. Now what we can do here is we can do a weekly to-do list, because if we look back here, we did our weekly goals and our weekly tracker. We could definitely put weekly to-do lists here instead of weekly goals, and have our weekly goals and stuff over here, because maybe you want your to-dos next to your week, which makes sense. So how about we just do that? How about we just take that and we do that? We control shucks, he does it every time. So we control X to cut it. Wait, it didn't cut. Why didn't it cut? Why didn't it cut? No, I don't want to paste it. I want to cut it. I want to cut it. You need to cut. Okay, there we go. So we want to cut it. Then we're going to go to this page, and we're going to place it. Then we're going to go back over here. We're going to select the weekly tracker. Text box. How was it not doing that? Alright, we're going to cut this. Cut it. I didn't mean to cut that, but that's okay. And we're going to paste it. And everything. Oh gosh, I did not mean to paste that. That's because the weekly tracker was on the page. It was not in its own text box. Alright, let's undo that. And we'll have to. Okay, so we don't want that. I didn't realize that the words weekly tracker were on the page. Okay, no problem. So we're going to cut that. And we're going to paste it. Okay, there it is. And now we're just going to go back. And we're going to copy this. And we're going to open up our text box again. That way we can put the words and paste. And we're going to put the word weekly tracker here instead of. Uh-oh. I don't know what I did, but I hit something with my elbow. Sorry. Okay. We need to stretch it so it fits. There we go. And remember, we want those words to be in the middle. Wrong. And there we go. Click in the gray. There we go. Now we do want our pretty flowers back. So we can copy and go back to this page and paste it. And there's our pretty flowers. And we can copy here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to delete this one. We're not going to use that one at all. We're just going to have the flowers on top of this side and the flowers on top of this side. That's pretty. Good enough for me. Alright, so now we have our weekly goals and our weekly tracker here. So we're going to copy this text box. Nope. We're going to copy that text box. And we're going to put our weekly to-dos You know what? That was not inside a text box. We're going to put a text box here. And the reason I said that is because, remember, we have very little room in our cute little circles that we made. So we don't want, maybe we don't want our weekly, I'm going to take this title and I'm going to put it in its own text box. So it can be off to the center here. I mean, off to the side here. There we go. Oh wait, I hit the wrong thing, dang it. It copied the whole thing. I don't want these words. All I want is the weekly goals by itself. Okay, I want these, excuse me, centered. There we go. And I'm going to put that up there. And then these are our weekly goals that we're going to type out as the week goes on. Slide over, slide over, slide over. There we go. And so there we go. So there are our weekly goals next to our actual weekly view. No, we don't want weekly goals. We want weekly to-dos. Sorry. That's right. Weekly to-dos. Why do I keep doing that? What am I doing? I do not know. Weekly to-dos. Okay, so we're going to have to make that bigger. Or we can make this font smaller. We can make it 18, but I'd rather try 24. Yeah, that works. There we go. Now, sorry, forgot we were doing weekly to-dos, not goals anymore. We moved the goals to the other page. Alright, so now I have my weekly to-dos. Okay, and like here, where I wrote pick up dry cleaning, I could just write that, you know. Pick up dry cleaning and take that off of Thursday since there's not a lot of room. I would just maybe write only my appointments here and then put my to-dos, things that don't have to be done on a certain day. I just got to do them this week. I could put here. This is also where you could use bullet journaling type things where you have the symbols for things. So I would go here, and before pick up dry cleaning, I could put in a shape. Here we go, insert a shape, and I would pick the circle, and I could make it a little baby circle, and I would put pick up dry cleaning, maybe hit the tab key so it moves over, and then put it next to it. Let's go up a little more. Okay, and then when it's done, I can maybe I want the line color to be black to match my other circles, although they're not black, they're just dark gray. And maybe I want it to be slightly thicker. Okay, and so there's my pick up dry cleaning, and maybe when it's done, I change the color. Maybe I leave it transparent, and then when I do it, I go in and I change the color to my orange that I've been using. Oops, sorry, not the lines, didn't mean to do that. I leave the inside transparent, and when I'm finished doing the actual item, I change it to a color. Okay? So maybe my next thing is laundry. Okay? And I can do upstairs bathroom. Maybe I can do, you know, whatever, I don't know. Okay, I want to change my line spacing. It is single, okay. I wasn't sure, it didn't look like it was single line spaced. And maybe I want, and you know what, maybe I'll do center for, no, I don't like that. Nope, 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 nope. Nope, not that either. Okay. And then I just hit the tab key to get everything lined up there, and then I just copy this and paste it and put it wherever, you know, the stuff is that I'm doing. Like that. Although I would make them so they're like one right after another. Okay. Maybe I do want spaces. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. However you want to do it, okay? However you want to do it. And say maybe the laundry didn't get done, so I would make that transparent because that's not done. I did pick up the dry cleaning, and I did clean the upstairs bathroom, but I didn't do the laundry yet, so, you know, I know that that needs to be done. So, there you go. That is page 3. This is page 4. We moved our weekly tracker over to here with our weekly goals, so we know what it is we're tracking. These are the goals we're tracking. We have our gratitude and our prayers, and again, we're not going to do this page. So I hope that that was helpful for you all to see how I do my notebooks, how I do my planning. I will quickly, and again, this saves instantaneously. So if my computer crashed now with the storm that's going on, everything would have been saved. It saves. It's a constant saving. It just constantly saves. And you see it's down here in alphabetical order sample notebook. These are rings that I made the other day. I was trying to make a spiral, but I couldn't quite understand how to do it. But I made some rings. I could do a binder. And I made these. I just got to figure out how to make them look on a closed notebook. So that's my next thing I'll be working on in my free time when I have it. Alright, so let's put this back to the size it's supposed to be. Okay. Here's my bullet journal. Let me just show you a couple of my books now. So here's the bullet journal that I made. The internet is really, really slow here. I work at a school. We're doing SOL, Standard of Learning testing, Virginia State testing. So anyway, this is the cover of my bullet journal. And because I wanted it to look like it was in almost like a composition type book, I didn't put rings on it at all. Here's a ruler, because when I do use my bullet journal or composition book, I always use a ruler. Here is my regular ballpoint pen, and then my felt tip pen. Then when you open it, here's the first page. This is a piece of grid paper, and I will move it over so you can see. See, this is a piece of grid paper. And I don't remember where I got it from, but as you can see, I did the stacked pages on this one. I tucked my papers in the pocket because I have a pocket. Red's my favorite color, so there are a lot of reds in my spread. So this one I did a future log with that same grid paper. I put a dark line down the middle. Oh, whoa, Crystal, don't click stuff. I put a dark line down the middle because obviously if this is a composition type book or a non-spiral or ring bound book, you're not going to see any kind of rings in the middle. So I just put a dark line there so it looks like when you open the book there are two sides. It's not just a big white rectangle there. There needs to be some separation. The books I've read, goals for 2017. This is going to be the Bujo bullet journal, Bujo, yeah, I think that's right, that I use starting next month in June. Here's my gratitude sun. I've already put one little thing of there, and it says thankful for my van family. I was trying to put 30 pieces here so I could do one gratitude thing a day. So every day at the end of the day I would write down something I was grateful for that day. I could not figure out how to get 30 in there and have space to write. I put a small text box. If you see, this is a small text box inside. And these are just individual lines. This is just a shape with a text box inside of it. That's all it is. This is a table. This is a text box. So everything I just showed you is really what I use. This is a shape that has a transparent background, and I just used the grid paper. These are all the same shapes. Here's your to-dos, next week's. This is a weather, and all I did was use the shape and added lines and then typed in there. This was really hard, the tracker, because this is itty bitty, teeny weeny little boxes. So I had to make this super, super big. I zoomed all the way in as far as I could, and I had to do this on the computer. I could not do this on my app. So yeah, this was really hard, the little tracker. I probably might not use this tracker again, although I could copy and paste it. As you can see, all these boxes, and this whole situation is grouped together, so I can move this whole thing. This whole thing moves. So that means I did that because I don't want to have to recreate that. I can go in and change what I'm tracking, but I don't have to recreate these little boxes ever again. I can just copy and paste it into another, and I'll show you. I can Control C, copy it, and then I'm going to go up here to my blue thing where it says slides home. I mean my orange thing where it says slides home. Okay, I'm going to open up the notebook that we just made down here. Okay, takes a little while, pops up, there it is. I'll go to the blank page we had left, I'll click on it, and I'll do Control V for paste, and there it is. It pastes right back to the same spot it was in, but I can move it wherever I want it. Let's try sizing it and seeing if things move together. No, they don't. Okay, so I'll just leave that there. Okay, gonna go back to slides home. And where was I? I was showing you my Bujo. And again, sorry, sometimes it really lags when it comes to the pictures. Alright, we were on this page, and I have a weekly Junie B, my grandbaby's picture. This was 9 months old, although I'll probably change this. No, I won't, because this is the first week of June. She'll still be 9 months. She'll be 10 months old in on the 16th of June. So this is another layout I tried, something different. I just made shapes. These are just triangles. And once I got the two together the way I wanted, I just locked the two, grouped the two together, and just copy and pasted them. Then I made them a little bigger. I took that same tracker, copy and pasted it here, and put tracker here. These words are individual little teeny text boxes. And again, that same grid paper. And then I just have blanks here. I always like to keep about 2 or 3 blanks, because sometimes I get the planning and I forget that I need a blank to do my next page. So I usually keep 2 or 3. When I get to a certain point and I know I only have 1 left, I'll add 1 or 2 more. I'll just go in, and all you do is you click here, Control A, copy it all, Control C to copy, then go to the blank page, click on the blank page, Control V to paste. I like to try and keep 2, if not 3 or 4 of these. The only thing I haven't figured out with this Google Slides is links. It's not that big of a deal to have links. To me, it's nice to be able to click somewhere and know to go to a certain page in your notebook or what have you. But I haven't figured out how to do that in Google Slides yet. I have clicked on where it says links up here. If I click on a picture or I click on an object, I do get this symbol which says to insert a link. I can insert a link here, but it doesn't work. It only works if I'm playing the slideshow. If I'm running through the slideshow, then it will show the link that I can click on that and the link will show up. And because I'm not using this as a slide presentation, it doesn't work for me that way as far as links go. If I were to find an app like Metamoji or something like that, I don't know if it'll work, but I don't mind sliding through here and just clicking on the page that I want. Oh, sorry, I didn't show you that. I don't mind sliding through here and clicking on the page that I want. Because honestly, I can do 2 or 3 months on here, and then I can go back to slides home, and I can make another notebook. I can do a different notebook for every month. So far, I have a July notebook here that I made. Not sure if I'm going to use it, I made this one before I started making closed pictures of notebooks. So this was my first open notebook, and as you see, I did not put a page here. I will be probably putting a page here, but I just love the fact that the ruler was in the pocket and the bookmark was in the pocket, so I left it with no papers in it, which would be weird because if you open a notebook with no pages, it just had a front cover and a back cover, that's a little weird. But this was me learning a little bit of the tricks that I showed you. And so this is the first page. I've got the July calendar. I've got the events and the to-dos done in the bullet journal type way. Here's a spread for July. Sorry, the first week in July. I mean, not the first week, that's the second week. This is the first week in July, the 3rd through the 9th. This one was the second week. Here's the 4th week, and so on and so forth. I also put different pens in. Maybe I'm planning this day and I decide to use the yellow pen. This one has no pen. This one has a nice calligraphy pen. This one has a completely different rose gold type pen. You know, playing around. Just playing around. Alright, this video is getting long, so we're about 26 minutes in. Please comment on any of the videos, anything you'd like me to see. I'm going to keep the notebook that we made as a permanent notebook, and if I ever want to do any digital plan with me's, I will be doing them in this notebook for you guys, unless it's a digital plan with me that I want to do for my actual personal bujo. Okay, so again, please like, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe. Here I am. You can find me on YouTube. We'll go here to my channel. You're already watching me here, but this is me. You can see my Instagram is attached. You can follow me on Instagram because I do put pictures of the things that I'm doing on my Instagram. Okay, so this is my Instagram. I'm going to be making a video about this picture, so please subscribe so you can see what I did with those 4 composition books. Okay, and if you want to find me on Facebook, here I am. Also HelloCrystalVanner, same name. I don't really do Twitter, but if you really want to find me on Twitter, most of the time, whatever is going on my, oh, I'm not logged into Twitter. Oh, hold on, maybe it will log me in. Yeah, okay. Whatever here I am, it's at Vanner Crystal, so it's my name backwards. So usually what you will find on Twitter is exactly what I posted on Instagram. All I do when I use the app is I do the exact same thing. Within that app, you can post to your Facebook and your Instagram, and your Twitter the same thing you're posting on Instagram. So if you're following me on Instagram, you're going to see the same stuff on Twitter, so it's not really necessary. I don't really use Twitter separately. So please remember, this will be our plan with me notebook. If there's anything that you want to know that can be done in Google Slides that I did not show, please link it. Please comment it, and I will definitely do my best to either figure out how to do it and then make a video about it, or if I can't figure it out, I will research it and make a video about it and let you see the research I found. I'll put links and whatnot. So again, give me a thumbs up and subscribe, and be on the lookout for some more digital videos. Please, thank you so much for bearing with me in this long series.